the owner, and what I love to do is to help parents become the leader that their children want to follow. They are the leader that can influence their children and motivate their children. So I started this Facebook Live 30-day challenge, and today we're on our 20th day, and I've been giving lots of tips of what, how we, of what we should do and what we should not do. And so since we're 2/3 of the way in, I want to have this special episode on, okay, we're not always perfect, and so when we mess up, what do we do, right? So I have to say, I've been really liking and loving doing these videos because I've gotten some really good responses from many parents, and I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying this, and I could share my knowledge and my training and things that I have really learned throughout these last 7 years. So today it's called You Messed Up, Now What? Right? Because despite our best effort to be positive, motivating, and really conscious parents, at the end of the day, we're still humans. We make mistakes. We're not perfect, at least not 100% of the time. I know I'm not, and I believe that it's okay. Our kids don't expect us to be perfect, and it's what we do after we make the mistakes that I think shows our strength and our integrity and who we are as a true leader. So what a great lesson for them is seeing how you admit to your mistakes, making the changes, making that amends, so that they can learn how to behave, right? Life is an opportunity to learn and to always improve on ourselves, and that includes our mistakes, right? We learn from our mistakes, and I know for me, when I make a mistake in anything, my business, personal life, as a mom, that's when I remember it the most, and that's when I can course correct and really make a huge shift. So if your parenting performance today was less than stellar, and I want to give you 3 steps, right, to repair your relationship with your child. So number 1, very first thing is you admit your mistake, right? If you caught your child with her hand in a cookie jar and she's not supposed to be in there, you want her to admit to her mistakes, just so you need to do the same thing. So what you can say to your child is, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I totally lost my cool, and you know what? That's not right for you. So what's important here is that you don't blame your child for your reactions, right? We talked about this in one of the last 4 days, the horsemen. You don't want to say, I'm sorry I yelled at you, but you made me so mad. Right? How many times have you heard this from anybody, not just from your child, from your child, but from your partner? I know I've been in relationships in the past, and I hear this all the time, like you made me mad, you made me yell. And what I learned is that we're responsible for our emotion alone. And when you start blaming your children, your partner, anybody for your reaction, for your emotion, you're not learning from from life and how to be a better person. And you're just going to drive people away from you. So as an adult, we need to be responsible alone for our emotional action and stop blaming other people for making you mad. Now hi Willie, thanks for joining. Some parents actually don't want to admit mistakes, and I actually saw this a lot in bosses, owners of businesses. That's where I started in my leadership development training. They don't want to admit their mistake. They don't want to show emotion because what they fear is that makes them look weak, and somehow that they're not in authority because they admit their mistakes. But really, the opposite is true. Because when you show your emotion, that, I mean, not negative emotion, you know, you show your authentic emotion that you're truly sorry, and that you're sad about what you did, and you admit to it, and then you take that courage and you apologize to your child, and it actually gives you more authority and more respect. And if you want your children to own up to their mistakes, then you got to make amends for your wrong, you know, for your wrongdoing. Same thing, you were setting the example for them. And then give them a hug after you admit your mistakes. And then the second step is that you now need to learn from your lesson, right? You knew that it was a mistake. So now this is an opportunity for you to learn and to improve how you could have done it better, so that the next time someone pushes your button, your child, anybody else, you are reacting differently and you're not blaming that person, right? Otherwise, we just excuse ourselves from bad behavior just by saying, oh, I'm sorry that, you know, I made you mad. And then that's it, because your child is going to start realizing that that's just an excuse for you. And then you're just going to end up repeating it over and over again. So you want to review the events. You want to look at your reaction and then understand what was triggering you. And once you learn that trigger, what happened is that your negative reaction is going to diminish, and you're going to improve how you're going to react next time. And I have to tell you, there are some people that can't figure out that trigger because it's so deep in them. It's so ingrained that they're not able to find it. They need to seek professional help. Maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's a coach, to help you figure out what is causing you to react in these ways. That's not right. That's not self-serving you. And then the third thing that you need to do is you need to reconnect with that child. Because rifts will happen in relationship. But the important thing is that you want to teach your child how to repair these rifts so that they can help build, or have, so that both of you can help build a meaningful, really healthy relationship ongoing. So you want to spend some special time with that child, laughing and having fun. Right? Laughter is a great way to connect. And they teach us this in public speaking, that when you get the audience to laugh, you got them. It also brings us closer. It allows the negative feelings to kind of disappear, or at least diminish. And, you know, it's about progress. You're not going to be perfect. No one's perfect. But think of it as progress. And this should be the goal of being a conscious, positive parent. We're all going to fall. It's what you decide to do once you're on that ground, once you're off that horse, that defines who you are. So I suggest that you rise up, make amends, and you want to keep moving forward and keep learning, so that every day you're a new and better parent to your children, someone that they want to emulate, someone that they want to be, and show them that, you know what, they're loved and respected. So thank you for joining me today on my day 20. And I hope that you enjoy this. If you are listening to this after the live, make comments, share if you think this is something that others would benefit from. And I look, if you want to email me for any personal questions or what's going on in your life, you can email me at info@integrativeminds.com. I have put it in the notes. You can always join me every Wednesday on my radio show called parentpumpradio.com. That's also in the show notes, where I have guests every week that will share you their expert opinion on things that are the latest that's going on right now, research regarding parenting. And also we have a teen show where they're telling you what's going on with them. So I hope you join me. If you missed any of our show, it's all archived. You can go back and listen to any previous show. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate your support. Have a great evening, and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye. Good night, Willie.